Hi guys, this is Jason Gardner, guitar teacher with Bring the Music to You, the East Valley's provider of in-home music lessons. Today I have a lesson for you on applying famous licks that are based off the pentatonic scale over any riff that's based off the pentatonic scale. So if you've learned a lot of rock and roll music, or are starting to learn it, first of all let me say, tons of the famous riffs, the main themes within a lot of famous songs, are based off of the pentatonic scale. I could name song after song for you. Going back to I Love Rock and Roll, Sunshine of Your Love, on to more recent tunes. Okay, so anyhow, it's quite common for people then to use the pentatonic scale, of course, to solo over this. Sometimes with a little variation, a little bit of stepping outside of the pentatonic scale. So what I'm going to demonstrate is how I take a bunch of different chops, famous licks from other guitar soloists, maybe even some of their themes, some of their main riffs, and translate them into solo riffs over a pentatonic based riff. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to be playing in a second here a backing track I created earlier in the key of D minor based off the pentatonic scale. Sounds something like this basically. Something like that. There's some other chords in there, but it's very much so based off the pentatonic scale. That kind of sound. And it just gives me something to solo over in the key of D minor with the pentatonic scale and some variation. Okay, first lick I want to demonstrate how I apply it. Voodoo Child, just the main riff. Okay, take that riff. Now, that's in the key of E minor originally. I want to go to D minor. D minor is 2 frets lower, so I'm going to move that to the left 2 frets. And something to that effect would work great. I might not literally play that lick, but I might play something similar. Okay? And ultimately, it makes for a good style of chop. Hendrix used it. It's worth imitating. Okay? Black Dog by Led Zeppelin, originally done in the key of A minor, right? I can take that lick and move it up 5 frets and suddenly have it in the key of D minor, which Page actually did at one point in the song, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I played it. Let me demonstrate here, though. Okay, so all of a sudden that's in the key of D minor instead of the key of A minor, because I moved it up 5 frets higher. Okay, then taking the song Bluebird by Buffalo Springfield. The main riff is already in the key of D minor. Easy enough. That kind of thing. Then taking the song The Unforgiven by Metallica, the beginning of the electric guitar solo. Something to that effect. And again, that was in the key of A minor originally. As a matter of fact, that was a pentatonic riff Metallica was soloing over. And I'm just going to move it up again 5 frets. The distance from A minor to D minor is 5 frets higher. So I'm going to get this kind of sound. Okay, something to that effect. Come Together had a cool little lick in it. The song by the Beatles. And that was already in the key of D minor, so I'm going to keep it right where it is. Okay, Fly By Night by Rush was originally in D major. There's a few things about that lick I'm going to change a little bit because they kind of get outside of the key, but mostly it's pentatonic based. So, let me do that again. Okay, that's the original riff right there that starts the solo to Fly By Night. Okay, that's kind of like the original riff that starts the solo to Fly By Night. Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. Well, that's in the key of D minor right from the start. It's a great little set of notes, though, to use in a solo. Stairway to Heaven, originally done in the key of A minor. We're going to move it up 5 frets to do a D minor, so the original is... I'm going to change this last note to make it stick to the pentatonic scale. And move it up 5 frets. Okay. Crazy Train. During the first chorus, Randy Rhoads inserts this awesome little lick halfway through it. It sounds like this. Okay, what we're going to do is move that up. That was originally done in the key of F sharp minor. So to get from F sharp minor to D minor, we're going to move that up from 2 to 10, which is a whopping total of 8 frets higher. If we were to move it backwards from F sharp minor position here, that maybe is a little bit easier to think through. F sharp would be 3 frets above D, so moving back to D. But so I'm going to do that chop here. Okay? And last but not least, a slow song, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. The original solo goes... Okay, so now I'm going to turn around and play my practice track for you, and then try to imitate each one of these riffs just a little bit to demonstrate how they might get varied a little bit, but applied to give me a certain sense of style in soloing over a pentatonic riff. Let's see what happens. This is a brand new experiment for me. I just came up with a riff earlier today, and let's see if my idea works.